Like a bowl.
Yo, what's up, ladies? This is Alex from Mindful Attraction 2.0, and in today's video, we're gonna be talking about a way to test whether or not the guy you're currently talking to is crazy and is psycho. All right, and a lot of this has to do with a guy's level of insecurity, level of insecurity that he has. It's all about the degrees. It's not about whether or not he's insecure. It's the degree in which he's insecure, all right? Because that's what power is all about. Power is all about the degree of the severity of whatever the hell is going on, all right? So a lot of times, a lot of women, they don't know how to tell if a guy is actually crazy or if he's actually being a genuinely nice guy, right? And a simple way to test it is, because you got to realize is that in the beginning, most people are not going to show you their face. Most people are going to show you their representative, what they put out into the world, right? And that representative doesn't really reflect who they are, because that representative is only there for people who are new, you know? It's kind of like if you had an abusive parent, you'll say, yeah, they're nice to you when you're around them, but when they're home, that they change, you see? And so that's the representative, right? And so something about guys who are technically bad for you is that they're oversensitive, and that they have too much pride, and they're very insecure. Now, there are two types of ways that some guys deal with their insecurity, right? Most guys are non-violent. Most guys have a good level of insecurity where it's not so severe that they want to get revenge on you. The problem is when you're dealing with a guy who is so insecure that in order to feel good, he needs to validate himself to putting you down. That's the dangerous zone, and it's something that you got to learn how to look out for the signs before they occur, because once you're in it, it's extremely hard to get out of it, right? Give me 1 second. So this is how you test it, right? And I took this from one of my favorite books, The 48 Laws of Power. Amazing book, right? So this is what it says, right? Some, however, refuse to take their medicine, which in this case is whenever they're hurt, whenever life presents to them a situation let's say you break up with them, right? Or let's say that you kind of cheated on them, right? Most guys would take their medicine and learn from it and leave you alone. But these kind of guys, if you hurt them, they'll come back after you. Either now or later, they will. You see? Instead of reflecting on their own gullibility and avarice, which is in this case, instead of reflecting on his own negative traits that cause this kind of event, they see themselves as totally innocent victims. You see? And this is the power of justification. Genocide doesn't happen because we say let's kill a whole bunch of fucking people. Genocide happens because they believe that the people who they're killing deserve to be killed, and they are the good ones. They are the good guys. You see, that's how normal people turn evil, right? Actually, there's a book right here. No, it's actually not that right there. It talks about tyranny. And so this is what it says is that, but in the realm of power, everything is a question of, okay, men like this may seem to be crusader for justice and honesty, but they're actually immoderately insecure. Being fooled, being cooned has activated their self-doubt, which in this case, being hurt, has activated their insecurity. And they are desperate to repair the damage. And in this case, the way that they learn to repair the damage is to attack the perpetrator. And that means you. And what they believe is a proper form of attack is based on how much they believe they got hurt. And a lot of the times, the level of punishment that we put on people is not based on how much we want to punish them, but how much we believe it fits the crime. And if they believe that you hurt their ego and their sense of self was diminished, because their sense of self was already diminished, their punishment to you will be much greater, because they believe that you are the cause for the negative low self-esteem. Oh man, so this is how you test this motherfucker out, right? So it says, but in the realm of power, everything is question of degree, and the person who is decidedly more insecure than the average mortal presents a great danger, right? So it's a level of insecurity that makes a guy dangerous. So what do you do then? To see if you're dealing with such a type, test them first. Don't go in it. Don't go balls deep into that shit, right? Make say a mild joke at their expense, like making a joke at their insecurity. right? It doesn't matter what it is. You find out what the fuck their insecurity is, right? Let's say I'm a short little guy, right? I'm not short, but I'm like 5'10" in the internet, 5'9" in person, right? But I'm average height, right? Depending on who you are, depending what country we're in, right? If I'm in Mexico, I'm tall as shit. When I lived in Corona, Queens, in New York City, it was a whole bunch of South Americans, and I swear to God, I never felt so big. When I played basketball in Corona with a whole bunch of South Americans, I was always the tallest guy. Anyways. So, a mild joke at their expense, a confident person will laugh. An overly insecure one will react as if personally insulted. If you suspect you are dealing with this type, find another victim. You see, victim, right? Everyone's like, oh my God, victim, what the fuck is that? You gotta deal with that bullshit, right? So essentially, you gotta poke at his ego. You know, poke his ego, see what happens, right? For example, just make a joke like saying, let's say I'm a big, I'm like this, right? Say, oh man, get out of here, man. You too short for me. Like, just play around. You too short for me, and see what happens, right? Literally try to insult him in a very playful manner, and just see how he reacts. It's important to let him react how he normally reacts. Another way to test him is with jealousy. You know, talking about another guy. And notice what he does. Does he say, oh fuck, that makes me jealous, or does he say, don't fucking talk to that guy again? Does he try to control you? Don't text him after for a good while. Literally disappear from his sight and notice how he reacts. Does he react with violence? Does he ask you who are you with? Are you cheating on me? Are you with someone? Like, does he try to control you, or does he say, hey, how are you? I miss you. Those are two completely different things, and a lot of women will misconstrue jealousy and outright insecure behavior because that's his way of violence to love. And that's a huge difference. So you gotta test the guy out. And this is the thing with testing, is that you gotta be willing to fail them. You gotta be willing to say, well, you fail, you're out. And that's the key right there. And a lot of women are not willing to do that because it's kind of like an athlete, a student athlete. You give him the test in the hopes that he passes. And if he doesn't pass, you still find a way to curve the test so that he can pass. See, and the problem now lies in your insecurities, accepting guys like that. And that's why, am I pointing at you? Am I triggering you? Pointing people get some defensive. But you will always attract people based on your own self-esteem. You see what I'm saying? So if you are attracting negative guys like that, then you gotta realize that there's something in you that's being activated in your own insecurity. There's something in you that enjoys the overly insecure man because they validate you, because you need more validation than most women, because you need to be told you are loved. You see, and that need is gonna guide you towards destructive patterns and relationships. And that's why you got to go inward. And so naturally, the tendency of that emotion is to go outward and find validation in order to feel better. But in this case, I want you to connect with yourself at the level of pain and feel your own pain and go into the pain than running away. If the pain tells you to do this, do the opposite of what the pain is telling you, and you will always find the right answer. You see? Test the guy. If he fails, let the motherfucker go. It's that simple. The problem is that when they fail, a lot of women saying, he kind of passed. Yeah, sure, he hit me, but he kind of passed. You gotta avoid them. The best cure is avoidance. The best cure is avoiding it, right? Anyways, it's Alex from mindfulattraction.org. If you guys need one-on-one coaching, just go to mindfulattraction.org/gaming coaching. I'm gonna be in London and I'm gonna be in Europe this December. So if you guys want to attend my seminar there, you can easily go and check it out. Anyways, take care and have a great day. Bye-bye.